I just couldn't wait to get off the island, Bensimon said. I couldn't wait to get home to my family. Not to get away from the filming, I just couldn't wait to get to a place where I can make sure my children are safe. The following days afterward, I didn't sit at the restaurant with everyone else and badmouth people. It wasn't the right fit. I had an issue with my family, and I made the decision to go home, and I went home. At the end of the video, Bensimon reassured her fans that now, she's doing well and considers herself to be very lucky. I have so many people in New York who were so incredibly helpful to me, Bensimon said, and who were like, you have to pivot and let this go behind you. Kelly Bensimon shares regret about Bethenny Frankel fight. Kelly Bensimon is opening up about her iconic argument with Bethenny Frankel in Season 2 of The Real Housewives of New York City. During the second season of the show, Frankel and Bensimon met at the Brass Monkey one evening to discuss some of their past issues with each other. Instead, the situation escalated between the two women, and Bensimon told Frankel, I don't like you. I don't think you're funny. I don't think you're charming. We aren't friends. We will never be friends. She told the Skinny Girl founder, this is you, while gesturing near the table height, then said, this is me, and moving her other hand much higher up. While speaking with Page 6 about the infamous RHONY moment over 10 years later, Bensimon admitted that she regretted being so intense with Frankel. Looking back, I didn't mean to be so brazen, she shared. I was just in a bad mood, and it was just so much going on, and she kind of caught me off guard. The way that she looked at me, she was so ready for reality TV, Bensimon said about Frankel's reaction to her late arrival to their meeting. And I was like, okay, it's game time. Follow the Heavy on Bravo TV Facebook page for the latest breaking news, rumors, and content. Kelly Bensimon said her children were waiting in the car during the argument as she was heading to the Hamptons. While speaking with the publication, Bensimon gave more context about her argument with Frankel at the Brass Monkey. She said she had been trying to get her co-stars to come to some fashion shows because it was Fashion Week, but Frankel kept canceling on her. Bensimon then said she was in a really hectic period trying to film with her co-stars and raising her children as a single mom while also trying to meet Frankel for the meeting. So when I walked in here, I'm not going to lie, I was a little miffed, she admitted. Bensimon revealed that her kids were in the car outside as well as they were on their way to the Hamptons, so she only had a small window of time with Frankel to clear the air. She said her goal in the conversation was to give Frankel boundaries to feel safe, the same way she would with her children. I was like, you are acting like a child, with all of her antics, she shared. So I was like, you're down here, and I am a parent right now, and I'm going to say, no, bad. Bethenny Frankel and Kelly Bensimon feuded during their time on RHONY. Frankel and Bensimon feuded during their time on Real Housewives of New York City from the very beginning. Frankel explained during the show that Bensimon acted like they'd never met before on the first few occasions that they saw each other, and also referenced a party that she attended with an ex-boyfriend during which Bensimon virtually ignored her. Bethenny hated Kelly even before the show because she felt that Kelly snubbed her at that party. Their co-star Jill Zarin explained of their feud in the book, Not All Diamonds and Rose, the inside story of the Real Housewives from the people who lived it. Then she got even more upset when they met again on the show and Kelly had no idea who she was. She didn't recall Bethenny being at her house. Frankel then made some pointed comments about Bensimon at a charity meeting when Bensimon wasn't sure about putting her name on the event, saying sarcastically that the model was Madonna. Read next. Andy Cohen calls Nightmare Real Housewife a disaster. Kelly Bensimon's relationship with Robert Flood uncertain after PDA with his ex. Kelly Bensimon is rethinking her relationship with financier Robert Flood after he was spotted kissing his ex-fiancée. The former Real Housewives of New York star was getting ready to strut the runway in the Melissa Odebash show in Miami when DMs started flooding in. I was in hair and makeup, and my DMs started going off, Bensimon told Us Weekly. A woman I know said, I saw your boyfriend in my hometown making out with some woman. At first, Bensimon, 57, didn't think much of it, and Flood even came to join her in Miami. But the DMs didn't stop. Bensimon's friend broke it to her that the woman she'd seen was Flood's former fiancé, and their PDA was more than just a peck on the lips. Bensimon confronted her kissing bandit boyfriend, telling him they should both date other people for a while. I was just sad, genuinely sad for all of us, she explained. It's hard for me to trust and to feel safe. So I put Robert in short-term parking. Bensimon was married to famed photographer Gillis Bensimon from 1997 until 2007, and they share 2 daughters, C and Thaddeus. In June of 2024, the former model called off her engagement to Scott Littner just days before their nuptials. Later that year, Bensimon revealed she'd connected with a man on the dating app Raya, who turned out to be dating her former RHONY cast member Bethany Frankel. And it was on another dating app, Hinge, that Bensimon met Flood. But now Bensimon is questioning whether the apps are worth the trouble. Is Hinge looking for love in all the wrong places? She mused. Are these dating apps what they say they are? She told US Weekly that currently she is on pause when it comes to dating apps, but she has figured out what she's looking for in a partner. Consistency.
Kindness. Good man.
Strong moral compass. Make me feel safe. In the wake of the drama with Flood, Bensimon has turned to several of her RHONY friends for support. She said she'd been texting with Jill Zarin, who asked about her dating life. I'm like, I date guys that cheat on me, and then I date guys that have also gone out with Bethany Frankel. It just doesn't end. Her buddy Luanda Lesseps shared some very Luan-esque advice. She tells me, darling, why don't you have a little more fun? She tells me to date everybody, Bensimon revealed. But Bensimon couldn't help but wonder if her Real Housewives past had something to do with her dating troubles. Do I have the housewives curse? She said. I was a scapegoat on Housewives. I am the scapegoat in my personal life.